Okay, we're watching Rachel Maddow talking about the virus. Well, that's on MSNBC. Okay, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna go over here to my gallery. We're gonna read off this nice little tidbit. Rachel Maddow, listen. Biology is a matrix sequence of cells and chemistry in a system of matrix measures that are virtual and actual by tracing of molecular biological events that can be titled matrix sequencing of biology. This is not fully understood today. Much to learn. Philosophy of doctrine thesis, that be my potential PhD, is it would be the question, the thesis. It would start with a question, and the solution would be my on my thesis is philosophy and medicine, or is physiology and medicine complete? The answer is no. So therefore, I probably have a very good education in. I'm currently in college right now, but I've done my own private studying. I've conducted chemical, physical, biological measurements. I've studied a lot of images. Uh, I'm studying medicine, physiology, genetics. Uh, I'm studying everything polymers, viruses. I've conducted propagation studies of yeast. Uh, I've I've studied water, the different kinds of elements in tap water. I understand metabolics, and the advanced metabolics that no one ever talks about, which really you can identify metabolics as everything that your body does, but they won't identify with that, nor do they matrix metabolics very well. They describe it as a simple term reaction. It's actually more complex than ever recorded in the history of metabolics. Uh, there are thousands of molecules that the body deals with in combination. So, like, how that process all works out ends up being a part of our daily lives, our food, our chemistry, our medicine, everything. And the way that everything works, it's biologically a system. So, like, in other words, this, like I said, it's a system of a matrix measures that are virtual and actual by tracing of molecular and biological events that can be titled matrix sequencing of biology. This is not fully understood today. Much to learn. Philosophy of doctrine thesis will question: is physiology and medicine complete? The answer is no. So on the virus, these doctors have not gotten that far in evidence. It is very complex. It takes a lot of measuring. And there's actually computer analytics involved in combination reactions and quantum physics. It's quite complicated. I'm actually getting involved with this now. I need quite a bit of lab experience, but I'm aware. So the theory is the philosophy that we currently have. And I have that knowledge. I have books, a library. These are college books and even like famous books. So I'm aware of the system. And Rachel's not really sure that Donald Trump is kind of right to some degree, that it's not fully understood of everything about the virus. However, no, he's not right about herd immunity, that he was trying to proclaim that it was just stated on this 17th of September 2020, 12:15 a.m. So basically, Donald Trump does not know, but any real biologist, biochemist, doctor, somebody who's had quite a bit of physiological study and pathology too, is going to be able to describe this molecular event called a virus. Basically, it infects the cells. It may possibly mutate the DNA at some point, to which also it has polymerization that potentially multiplies the virus with both DNA and polymers, and then it becomes a cell. It's not a living cell, it's actually just a polymer. It's a robotic molecule. It's a very long robotic molecule. And that's what polymers are. They can generally be from a very short polymer to a very long polymer. Almost probably an infinite polymer is really true in existence. But maybe not that. Well, if you were to consider it in the form of atoms and the not counting of atoms, then yes, there are infinite polymers. Our body is one. So, actually, humans are infinite polymers that constantly undergo anabolism and catabolism. So, it's strange, but in the end, we have 3 billion base pairs of DNA that each base pair, which is bound, is actually a gene. Each base pair affects the proteome. And the proteome makes proteins that act as robot molecules. These are called polymers. Okay, the whole system is rather advanced and quantum. The energies that they use are very quantum. They work at low level energies, meaning that the molecules are sensitive to energy because they're biological. They have different pressures and gravities, and they work in the body in a matrix sequence of biology. So that's kind of what medicine is. That's what scientists do who learn about medicine. They matrix sequence biology. That's all that it is. If you cannot show the matrix sequence of biology, you have done nothing in medicine. Now, it's chemistry. It's a big chemistry plot. It's a connective chemistry machine. It's a robot. That's what we are. What we do is spiritual, and what we do is biological too. Voila. I mean, here's the theory. Show us the matrix sequence. Show us the matrix sequence. Let's see it written out. Show us at least some summary of the matrix sequence. They will not show it on the news. Why not?